Hi, welcome to Musicians Hangout with your guest or with your hosts, Crush This Fight from Fatal Butterfly and Dissonant Chaos, and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. It's great to be back.
Happy Wednesday.
Made it a whole other week. Woohoo.
No.
So we are awaiting our guests, always naked, to join us.
They are having a little bit of technical difficulties, but they are getting it figured out right now.
So. Well, and we've dealt with technical difficulties before.
Right. Not on this show. Never.
Never. I'm going to share our
mission statement.
Yes, I'm going to go over our mission statement. And I'm going to post us on Facebook so everybody can see us. Hi to the viewers that have joined us. Watch live now.
We see you.
I'm sharing it. Sorry, I tried to be quick with that, and I'm not. All over the place tonight.
There's
okay.
A lot of steps.
All right. Musicians Hangout mission statement is to be part of a revolution, to create friendships with other artists, and build a community network to save music. Hey, guys. I made it. Yay.
Hey.
Welcome, Skylar. Hello.
Welcome.
What's
up, y'all?
Can you hear us all right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. You sound great. Very good.
Fabulous. Good.
Nice.
That was a whole feat to get this thing up and going. I don't do technology.
I should have warned you.
No, it's all good. But I was like having nightmares last night that this was going to happen. And then it did happen. I was like, dang it.
I'm sorry. We deal with technical difficulties all the time, and we're not very tech savvy ourselves. That's why this is a total miracle.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of technical difficulties, so as some of you viewers may know, sometimes my camera quits working for no reason.
Yeah.
So I always have to jump back in. You can still hear my audio, but my camera just quits working on my computer. So it's been kind of iffy, but it seems to be working so far now that we've gone live. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, when we connected earlier, it was going off and on. So be prepared, but we'll just work through it. I'll keep going with the interview. No worries.
Yeah, I can see everything that is happening. So just getting back to it.
So, Skylar, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a bartender in Seattle. I work at the old Fifth Avenue Tavern. I love that place. Yeah, I was actually a regular there for a number of years before I started working there. It's kind of a dream job. She's my boss, Tara, is like super cool. It's woman owned, which I love,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm just like,
ladies, we really like to empower each other, Yes.
Oh my God, yes. So I'm actually supposed to be at work currently, but I asked her if I could get this time off. And so once I'm done here, I'm actually scooting over there because she's like, yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That is really awesome.
An amazing boss. I'm super stoked to work for her.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For any other band members?
Unfortunately, everyone else is at work currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our work kind of. I guess our drummer Rahul's at a church gathering. He drums in a church up north, and then I know he's adorable.
That's great.
Our guitarist Shane is in the middle of finals, so he is not able to join us. He is
very
in his
important.
Senior year of UW, so he is like right now. I know. And then Peter, our bass player, is bartender also in Seattle. So
got you. Well, thanks so much for representing your band and being part of Musicians Hangout tonight. And a huge shout out to the rest of your band because I'm sure they're going to tune in and watch. So hi guys.
Hi guys.
Can't wait to meet you in person someday.
One day.
I actually played a show Always Naked at Daryl's with Beast and Tiger Rider.
Oh, for fun.
yeah, so it was very.
That was a cool show. Actually, we've never played at Daryl's before that, and it was actually a really cool vibe. I love all the naked women up on the walls.
Oh my God, Mom is my favorite. She's my favorite. I think you walk in, like you just see Mom with her boobies hanging out, and you're just like,
it's so good.
I'm at home. Like, yeah. And Dan Dyke Daryl's, him a huge shout out because he supports big, with his shows. He goes, so
yeah. He's a really amazing dude. He actually comes into Fifth, so I get to see him quite a lot, even though I don't make it up north very often. So
Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome. He's just an amazing person. So I want to give, Dan Dykeman, huge shout out. And Daryl's a huge shout out. So
woo, Dan and Daryl's.
Right? And Fifth Avenue, big shout out. So I think we should support our venues too.
Oh, yes.
Because without our venues, we wouldn't have anywhere to play our music.
Exactly. So. And we need it too. Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely. It's a big cycle of life.
It is.
It is. I mean, we couldn't do it without our sound guys and photographers and lighting dudes and venue owners and
yeah, it takes a whole community, man.
It takes a village. It takes a village.
Skylar, where are you at? Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm actually broadcasting from my living room.
Nice.
Yes. I was eating soups and I see it staring at me. I'm like, should I finish that? No, I'll wait.
Totally finish your soup.
Finish your soups.
Yes.
What video are you broadcasting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll wait. Anyways, yeah, I'm videoing from my living room. We live in like Victory Heights, Maple Leaf area currently.
Okay.
We're actually moving at the end of the month, and we're going to be throwing a huge fundraiser for Always Naked, actually in this living room.
Oh,
March 31st. It's a Tuesday. It's going to be an all-day event. We're going to do $5 wine, $5 beer, $5 shots. Hello. Nope. Party.
Cheers. Love it.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, Skylar, tell me about your band's name. Always Naked. Tell us how you got the name.
So, I mean, you know how bands form. You're like, okay, it's 4 people coming together with a lot of different ideas. And then we just started writing like lists and lists of different names because I wasn't really picky on the name. I was like, I just want to get the music out there. I don't really care what they call us. Kind of like the whole idea behind like Korn, they just do music and they're like, fuck it, just call us Korn. We don't care,
Yeah.
And then one of our friends kind of was like, hey, what do you guys think about Always Naked? And we're like, that'll stick. And then also it kind of really I liked it because it really ties into like how I write music.
Yeah.
I feel very like raw when I write. I feel like I open up a lot about things that I don't in normal life because I got the kind of like, I don't know, like I don't share a lot and I have a really hard time actually communicating with people in general. Like I'm really awkward like that. So when I write, I feel like I'm able to just kind of like tear all that away. And I'm able to just show like my naked soul kind of. Lame as that, but it's kind of
no,
it's not lame. That's great.
I love
it.
A friend of mine wanted me to ask you guys if you guys had a song called "Closing for Suckers."
No. Most of my songs are actually mostly about just feelings because everyone has them. What is that? I don't
know. No, I love it.
Yeah, I checked out some of your music. I love the song. I might say it backward. Is it "Me and You"?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I kind of did that on purpose. Well, one, it's in the song backwards on purpose. With like the English language, it's always supposed to be like you and I or whatever. And I was like, fuck it, me and you, let's get weird.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I wrote
that. Hi, Sean. He's joined us. He said, "Skyclad, is you will."
Hello.
Hi, Sean.
Hi,
welcome. Sean. Skyclad is you will. What's that?
It's Yoda speak. I think he's saying you are clad in clothing.
Yes, I am clothed. That is something that I like to do. I actually really like to dress up, and I like doing like different styles for shows. I think people kind of think that they're going to come to a show and see naked people.
Right.
We aren't naked. One, it's against the law to be naked in public, and especially at a bar. But two, it's also like, I mean, probably people want to see me naked, but I'm not gonna ever do that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have like the stripper bod to be able to pull that off. I'm very frumpy, so I'm like, I got a lot of high-waisted pants covering up that belly. You know, we all got it. We got uteruses.
Oh, have that? Oh yes, we
the
got
whole thing.
Well, now our viewers know, because I'm sure some of them were, anticipating as well. And one of our friend fans said, "Ooh, I might just listen."
Oh gosh,
they're being funny.
They're body. Okay,
gotta love them, and gotta love that too, because with a band name, you want to, catch your viewers, and you want to catch people's attention. So you got it,
Yeah, I make people very uncomfortable a lot of the time when I'm talking about my band. I actually, weirdly enough, so I had my car in the shop the last 2 weeks. The window wasn't rolling up. So I went to go pick it up today from the old guy who was working on it down. It's called Duncan's and Son down on Aurora. Shout out to them. They were awesome. But when he calls my phone to like tell me that my car is done, my voicemail is really weird. It's like, "Hi, I'm Skylar of Always Naked. If you blah, 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 blah." And he immediately was like, "Oh, you're Skylar? Your voicemail was the craziest thing I've heard in like 40 years. So he actually asked me, he's like, "So what do you do for work?" Like, I'm in a band. I could also be a stripper, you know what I mean? I'm sure his mind went to a lot of places.
Oh, sure. Yes, a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, is this a strip club or?
I mean, hey, it wouldn't be a bad name for a strip club.
Always naked.
Says that is
it would be packed every night.
I would hope so.
I would go to a strip club called Always Naked.
So one of our fans says that your band name is great marketing idea, and it is. I bet you sell a lot of merch.
Yes, actually. So, hello, Kelly. What up, though?
Hey,
I actually just made a bunch of T-shirts. Weird. I put them. Whoop. Camera. Awkward. Here.
Yeah, backwards land.
Very nice. Good display.
I just handmade a bunch of them because we ran out, actually.
Yeah.
Because all of our full T-shirts that say "Always Naked" on them, people think they're hilarious. So they buy them up really quickly. And so we're actually waiting to do another round of merch when we drop our album in July.
Oh, cool.
We're waiting to get our album cover finished, so it's all like very, seamless and together. So for now, you get handmade T-shirts.
Yeah. We do.
I'll tell you what, though, so we ran out of our Fatal Butterfly shirts so it's a skull in a butterfly. You know what? I actually have a sticker right here of what our shirts would look like. Let's see. It's backwards land.
Oh, dope. I remember seeing that. You guys got a good vibe there. That's cool.
And I drew the original, and we got some T-shirts made. Well, those sold out quick.
Yeah.
So now we hand make them, not looking like that. They're a little different. They're skulls and butterflies, and it says Fatal, but they don't sell very well.
Yeah, I can show you guys.
But we try really hard, like it takes a lot of time and effort to do that. I want to put a shout out to Giselle for making the T-shirts. She does it by hand, so I want to give her a shout out for that.
Yeah, I mean it's after doing everything by hand the last couple of days, like it's a lot. I was like, I'm not an artist either, hence why they're so simple. So designs, they came out real bad.
I like how bold it is. It's a good. logo. I like it.
It's easy, simple, straightforward. I got very lucky that we picked like block letters. It's never like an S thing.
Yeah, that's always nice.
So I drew my logo, so I'll show it. I don't have any t-shirts in this room. They're all in the back.
Cool.
So our t-shirts and tank tops run out pretty quick. We just did a run this winter because we're finishing up our album and starting back up in May with our festivals and live shows. And
we
will have new merch. And we do the ironing. We print out the logos, we iron them on. So it's a tedious job, but it's worth it.
It is. It's definitely worth it. I mean, because I feel like, we have some shows coming up this week and next week all through the end of March, but it's nice to have something. I mean, if people want to come to a show and they like a band, it's nice to go leave with something,
Yes.
We had a show, maybe like a month ago at the Southgate roller rink, and we didn't have any merch, and people were like, hey, can I buy something? And I was like, we have nothing. Like us on Instagram. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. People
are personal though.
Yeah. They really like to support local musicians, especially, in our area. So you had mentioned where you're from. I'm on the Olympic Peninsula. I'm in Sequim.
Oh,
I'm in Lake Stevens.
Yep. Hey girl, hey.
Hey. So we're close, but not, if that makes sense to the viewers. We're not like
we're in the same state.
We're
on the west side of the same state.
Oh man, I love Lake Stevens. I actually grew up in Snohomish. So all 18 years.
I actually live in like Machias. But if you're not from this area, people go, well, what is Machias? It's a road with a couple houses on it, and that's Machias.
Yep.
There's a stop sign there. And then it goes into Snohomish.
It's pretty great. There's some rivers.
There's the Vibrant Trail Trail. It goes through there.
Oh yeah, dude. I went to middle school at Centennial. So I know all about that trail. Sneaking off.
Oh, you're great. Skylar, tell us about how you started your journey as becoming a musician.
Oh, you ready for a long story?
Yes. Yes, we are. We will settle in. We're ready.
Okay. All right. Eyes peeled. So basically, my mom told me that I started singing before I started talking. So she was always telling stories about how I was, like 9 months old in the back, of her, Jeep or whatever. And I would be like humming along to like not making any like words, but like singing along to songs that were on the radio and that kind of thing. So, I mean, ever since I can remember, I've always been singing. We had a pellet stove growing up because we lived in a really old house. And during the summer, that pellet stove was my stage. I would get up on that way. I would put on full concerts for my siblings. Like I was like going for it all the time. So, I mean, I just kind of always done stuff like that. So growing up, I did talent shows, singing competitions. I sang in choirs. I sang in some churches when I went to church, not anymore. That kind of thing. Yeah, I know, right?
I understand.
Yeah, we all have our phases.
Yeah.
But that's kind of been my whole thing. And then when I went to college, I told myself when I was 18, I was like, I cannot start music until after I graduate, because if I start now, I will drop out. I will drop out and I won't finish this thing because when I start something, it's very consuming. I just go all in. So 5 years later, I finished college. I met a friend named P-Word. He was looking for a singer for his band. So I did that for about 1.5 years. We actually went all the way to New York with Super Geek League at the time. Yeah, it was a really fun thing. They were a really fun band. But then, I started going to a vocal coach. Her name is Christy, and she works at the Seattle Drum School on Lake City Way.
Oh.
And I started going to her, and she's like, I just feel like you have more to tell than singing other people's songs that were already pre-written.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, what? You have faith in me. You believe in me. Oh my goodness. And so I just started writing on my own. And I mean, since I've been writing since I was little anyways, I just kind of started, getting more comfortable sharing. It's weird because like, it's so easy for me to get in front of an audience and just do things, but it's really hard for me to share just to my band members. I always get like really like nervous and weird when I start like showing them a new song, Anyway, so I ended up quitting that band and just taking time to kind of like write and start my own thing. And then one night I was a little drunk for sure, but I posted on Seattle Musicians, hey, I'm a female singer. These are the bands that I like. I want to start a project. Like I want to do this. This is what I want. And Rahul actually hit me up. He's the drummer of our band. And I met up with him and Shane. And we've just been clicking ever since. That was about
awesome.
2.5 years ago or something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I got really lucky. Like,
yeah,
I got really lucky with the guys that I write with, that I perform with, that we all work really well together. Yeah, and they're so talented, because I didn't go to school for music. I have no idea. Like when when we're writing a song, I don't really know what I'm trying to tell them that I need, but they understand it because I'm like, I over explain everything. And they're like, yeah, no, it's blah, 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 blah. And I was like,
all right. Let's go with that.
That sounds awesome.
I think it's funny when my guitarists or bassists are like trying to tell me like what key they're in, and I'm just like, okay, that means, I don't care. That means nothing to me. I'm a drummer. Yeah, I just write down some beats.
Yeah.
I don't know what key I'm in. I'm in drum key. That's what I'm in boom tap.
It was actually kind of funny. My guitarist at one point goes, "You write all of your songs in blah 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 key, like I think E or something." And I was like, "Well, I can change the song, just change how you play it, and then I'll match that, right?" And he's like, "Oh, you could do that." And I was like, "I mean, why wouldn't I be able to?"
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows?
So, what bands influence you?
Man, I grew up listening to a lot of stuff. So my dad is really young. He just turned 51 this year. And so growing up, he grew up while I grew up. It was kind of a weird thing. Yeah. So I listened to like Puddle of Mud and Stained and The Offspring and MXPX growing up, like a lot of really like great guy bands, right? And then my mom was like super into like I listened to Alanis Morissette with her and Janet Jackson and Toni Braxton. Like I have such a weird variety. Oh God. And of course Heart, duh.
Oh, I love Heart. I love Heart.
I'm a huge Blondie girl too. Like,
oh yeah.
I actually got to meet Heart when I worked for years back. And they are just the nicest people you will ever meet. Like, that was
so jelly.
I know, me too.
About working for Bumbershoot. I worked for them for 3 years. I was a driver. So I got to pick the artists up from the airport, bring them to their hotels, from the hotel to the stage that they were playing at, from the stage back to their hotels. And then, at the same time, I had to take them back to the airport. So, because it's, people think that it's just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but no, or what is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe? I can't remember. It's 3 or 4 days. But no, it's like 5 days because we're still working. We're working the day before it opens. We're working the day after it closes. And the hours were horrible. It was like 8 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yikes.
And I lived in Everett and had to drive to Seattle. So sometimes I would just sleep there.
That would be hard.
It's like, the money was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to meet like a lot of amazing artists like Wu-Tang, Los Lobos, Kendrick Lamar, Heart,
Yeah.
Even Patton Oswalt, the comedian guy. I don't know. If you guys
wow.
Dude,
I
he's
know.
hilarious.
Good.
And I got to meet his 4-year-old daughter. She's so cute. Oh my God, she's
That's
so
awesome.
And yeah, so it gave me some cool opportunities, but yeah.
I don't know, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. I can't even wake up until like 11. So
it was horrible. Everybody was sleep deprived. They even left some people out at the airport like for the whole 3 days. Just left them out at the airport. So they would sleep while the artists were coming in, and then they would have to, like, when the artists flew in, they would meet them at their airport or, you know, at the gate, and then tell us people like what gate to pick them up at or what door to pick them up. It was horrible. Like, I felt bad for those ladies.
Huh.
Like,
sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Not to shit talk bumper shoot or anything, and it wasn't really bumper shoot. It was just the craziness. We were understaffed.
Oh, totally. My bass player used to work for, I'm going to butcher it because he's probably going to fact check me. But you know, the people that put on those raves like Freak Night and Paradiso or whatever.
I've heard of
them. He used to, they're like down at the Gorge or something, and he worked one, and he basically said he slept maybe 8 hours that entire weekend because it was just like one thing after another, running from gate to gate, doing this, doing that, helping people with their costumes, setting up this, that, and the other thing. Like he did it one year, and he's like, I couldn't do it another year. Basically, it was just massively stressful. Like he got maybe a couple hours. He was telling me he got a couple hours of sleep because he hid. He was like, he went and hid and like slept. Yeah, because he wasn't needing things from him. He's like,
we were sleeping at the cell phone lots at the airport. That's where we were sleeping in our vans, waiting for artists to fly in and getting that call. And it's just, oh my gosh, it was so stressful. And, you know, you're on a time limit because, you know, you have to go pick up the artist at a certain time and to be at the gate at a certain time. And that's when Mercer Street was being all tore up.
Oh, yeah. Back when it was still doing the construction.
My
goodness.
Like, isn't Mercer always under construction?
Pretty much. Like I-5 in Tacoma. Like, I-5 in Tacoma, like, it's been construction for like 20 years now. Like, are they ever going to be done ever?
I don't think so. I was asking that the other day when we were walking downtown before we got on the ferry to Bremerton. And I was just like, dang, like, I wonder if this is ever going to end. And basically all the dudes were like, no, it's a city. It's always going to be in a flux of change. And I was like,
always. Yeah.
That's why I avoid downtown. Goodbye.
Yeah. It really messes with my GPS too when I'm heading down there at a venue, and it's like trying to take me to the old freeway way, but they just rebuilt a new freeway, and it's so like I'm just floating like in the middle of space on my GPS, and it's like going back and forth. It doesn't know it's trying to get you off of the freeway just to get you on the freeway. I'm like, but I'm still on the freeway. Like,
I'm here.
All of that was a mess too. Like when they took the viaduct down and they put in the tunnel, and Bertha got stuck. And
oh God, what did it take? Like 10 more years than it was supposed to, or something? Or maybe
it would go like Big Bertha would go like 400 feet, and then like
Bertha was stuck
down again, and then they would spend like a year fixing her.
Mm-hmm.
She would do like 800 feet, break down again. I'm just like, you know, obviously. So now I'm like super sketchy every time I go through that tunnel. I'm just like, I don't know, this tunnel better hold up because like Big Bertha like died in 45 times.
Yeah.
Like, but it's pretty nice. I still don't. It still sketches me out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm like weary of it myself. When they started building that close to the water, it was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I get that modern technology is a lot better. Construction is a lot better. But I'm still, like I said, a little weary about how close it is to the water wall there.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the thought process behind some things. I mean, let's just hope for the best, I guess.
Yep, that's all we can do, right?
every time I've gone through the tunnel, like I always make it out alive. So I'm, I'm really grateful about that. I mean, obviously.
So Skylar, who are the vocalists that that you look up to that inspire you the most?
Heart, number one.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Her voice is my number one.
I love that.
Favorite female outside of Deb.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Gwen Stefani, I really love. I actually just went and saw her in Vegas recently, and get this. This bitch came out on stage, the shit is bananas, and I started crying like it was the coolest song ever. I was so embarrassed.
So
I see her, and it's like the worst song that she does, and it's just tears.
This is awesome.
It's so good, it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh man, it sent me all the way back to middle school. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, it would. That's awesome. Gwen Stefani's amazing.
Oh,
she
yeah.
really is. She is a great vocalist. I will have to say that.
Yeah. And also the lead singer from the Incubus, from the Incubus. What am I, 100 years old? From Incubus.
I saw Incubus live with Lincoln Park.
Oh, yeah.
Everett. It was one of the coolest shows I've, and it was, because there's no seats really. It's just like a big gym, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like, I walked right up to stage and I'm just like, hey, what's up? I was like, and it was awesome. It was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Incubus, I just love. I've loved them ever since. Ever since they came out. So yeah, Incubus is amazing.
Yeah, vocally, I'm just like, damn, dude.
Yeah, he's got very good vocals, really wide range.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yes. Yes, Alanis.
Absolutely.
Alanis. Yeah. I got hired downtown once because the manager asked me who my favorite band was growing up. And I was like, does Alanis Morissette count? And he said yes. And I was hired on the spot.
I love that. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Shout out to James. What up, boo? Thank you for hiring me.
Oh, she's amazing. Oh my goodness. Are you going to go to her show?
I don't know about all that. I've heard a lot of people wanting to go. I don't like the White River Amphitheater.
I've heard that before from others. Yes.
She's at White River, right?
I believe so. Yes. And
yes. I'm not a huge fan of that. I also, sometimes I don't want to ruin my memory of somebody. You know what I mean?
Get you. Yes.
Like go and for example, I went and saw Heart and she sang alone and it was really hard to listen to because I think she was going through something vocally and she shouldn't have sang the song, right?
Oh.
And it was, and I felt for her because here I am, an aspiring singer, and I was just like, no, you missed it, and it just broke my heart, to not see it live.
Right.
So part of me wants to go see her because I love her, but a big part of me is I don't know, I
don't want it to be a big disappointment.
Yeah, which I don't think that slight chance, I'm just
right.
Also, girl wants money. I get it. That's a lot of money.
I struggled with that when I went to see Black Sabbath back in 2013 because I'm a huge Ozzy fan and have been since I was a little kid. And he's obviously older. And I just didn't want what I heard on the radio or on my CD player or, streaming to sound different. And it didn't. He was amazing. He was with Black Sabbath, and it sounded very, very much like their old school Black Sabbath.
Good.
Visually stimulating. He was amazing. I loved seeing him live. So I was glad I had that experience, but I understand holding back with that because I was like, oh no, is this going to ruin what I love about Black Sabbath and Ozzy? But
yeah. Have you guys heard his new song? I know you have.
Oh, the whole album I have memorized.
He just makes me want to cry.
I know.
He really brought it with the new album.
Ordinary
Really
Man.
did.
It really does. The album and the song. Today is the End, I think, is my favorite song, other than let's see, Under the Graveyard, I really, really love too. He came out with a good album, and this could be his last one. I hope not. I really don't. I don't want to jinx that, but I've been following, his health in the past year. I've highlighted during our music news on the show, and I've been really sending the prayers and thoughts his way and to his family, because it's a miracle he's still with us.
I was about to say, I was like, he's lived through worse.
Yes. In fact, in an interview, he did say that he was more afraid of death when he was younger. He embraces it now. So, and to have him around at 71, I believe he's 71. He's not 72 yet, I don't think. It's amazing. Really is.
Yeah, I mean,
how old is Keith Richards? Like 159 or something?
He's never gonna die. He's gonna be around 4.
No, his body died a long time ago. He's just too many drugs in his system. Just his brain just hasn't caught up to the fact that he died in the 60s. Dude.
He fermented himself somehow.
You're not wrong, though.
I love the character that he played on Pirates of the Caribbean, because he was Jack Sparrow's dad. And then
who else?
It really showed his age. I don't know if they meant to do that on purpose.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They enhanced it. I don't think they enhanced it, but
yeah, I don't think you can enhance. I don't think you can make him older. I'm not really. I don't think you can.
Maybe he soaked his face in water, baby.
Now makeup artists are challenged.
Turn it up.
They say, this is a challenge. We're going to make him look older.
Maybe. Drug his eyeliner, though.
So, Skylar, I enjoyed your story about how you became a musician. Would you share a story about one of your concerts you played that's one of the most memorable events?
Oh, man.
Like, what's something really cool that happened, or maybe even really odd that happened at a show?
Yes. Good or bad?
Good or bad?
Weird. Crazy.
You can share them all.
Yeah. God. I mean, I drink a little bit, so sometimes I drink just a little. What is the craziest thing that has happened? Well, I don't really know. Nothing's really striking me as like anything crazy or weird. I did send, so we have I don't know where she is, but we have a mannequin that we bring with us.
I was just going to ask you, I swear to God, I was going to ask you if your mannequin had a name.
She's everyone and everything. So sometimes we call her Sheila, Deborah, Shaniqua. I like to call her Dolores a lot. She goes by all.
Oh my gosh. Do you watch the Umbrella Company or Umbrella Academy?
I did watch it, yeah. I did watch
Dolores. That's what it reminds me of. Freaking Dolores.
Oh God, she was actually a really cool find. We were traveling back from the east side, and she was in one of the random like antique malls. Ooh. And I saw her, and she was like $75, and I was like, no, dang that. But then I couldn't stop thinking about her, so my bass player drove all the way back and got her, and then they ended up giving her to us for like $30.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love that story.
Random sidebar. But speaking of Dolores and Maria Consuela, she at one point, I like to randomly like dance with her, and then one time I got the bright idea of sending her into the crowd. And so we're all jamming, we're doing this, and I'm like, all right, she's going crowd surfing, and like she did really well the first pass, but then the second pass, like everyone dropped her, and it was like everyone was so excited it was dropped, and then the level went down to here. Everyone was so devastated that she was dropped, and it was like I was like, no, it's fine, it's cool, let's just keep going, it's fine. But they all were like, we're so sorry. She's not a person, it's okay.
But hey, I mean, that just goes to show like the love and respect of the fans, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, oh my God, we dropped your plastic doll. So
They were devastated. I was like, it's cool. Let's keep going.
she didn't have a head. She didn't feel nothing.
So yeah, that was kind of a funky one. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Yeah, and they probably felt worse about dropping your mannequin than they would an actual person.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a good one that I just thought of. We were playing the what is that place called? It's a little artist venue on Capitol Hill. Goodness, I can't remember. But we were playing, and my bass player was going. Which one?
The Real Art in Tacoma?
No, it's on Capitol Hill. I'm spacing on the name of the venue, but they're really cool. They're right next to like all the gay clubs right on that strip there. Anyways,
I only go to the gay clubs on the strip. Julia's is my favorite. So
Vermilion, that's what it's called. Vermilion Art Club, yeah, or art gallery. So we were playing there in the back by the bar. And, it's just the four of us. So it's a really tight space. And there's maybe like 25 people in the crowd. And we were just playing so hard that my bass player's amp caught on fire.
Oh, that actually
started smoking, right? And so we didn't realize because we were just playing. And then we get done and we're like, all right, guys, like we're always naked. We'll see you soon. And they're like, one more song. And we're like, yeah, we'll do one more song. And then my bass player's just like, no, like my amp is done. Like it smelled like burnt plastic. There was smoke billowing out of it. Like it was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the place had to clear out fast because it was a little smoky.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what you get when you just go to town, I guess. Jesus.
That's crazy. Wow.
We got a story, so
yeah, I don't think I've ever made a bass amp smoke before, but I've killed a couple of them.
They're meant to die.
Sometimes you gotta go for it. If they can't keep up, well, they're bad, I guess.
That's right. There have been plenty of times that we've had technical difficulties on stage, and I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't exactly have monitors because I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes venues just don't have them back there for drummers. We just have to wing it.
Yeah.
So if I can't hear anything and you're having technical difficulties, that's on you because I'm not stopping because I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right. You don't know what is up.
Sometimes I'm the only one and I'm just like, whatever. I'm doing it.
Like I'm finishing this song. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out later. Yeah. So you said you've played the east side of the state. Can you tell us some of the venues that you and your band have played?
Yeah, so we went on a weird little kind of like mini tour. We played a house show in, Arlington? No, that's not right. Close enough, though. Somewhere in Arlington, we played a house show for 4th of July.
Nice.
And then after that, we went to Roslyn and played a bar there that recently shut down and then moved to a new location. It was called the Roslyn Bar because, whatever. You can get away with that there because there's 2 bars. And then we drove all the way to Walla Walla and we played at Marcy's. And that was really cool because our bass player is from Walla Walla. And so we played a really long set at the Marcy's Bar and Lounge, which is the only bar that stays open until 2 in Walla Walla. So, yeah.
I used to live in Walla Walla forever ago, long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's way out there.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Apparently there used to be a really good music scene there. That's why we went over there and they were like, yeah, come over. We have a music scene and it's dying and come whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. I knew it was cool because there's really not a lot of other options in Walla Walla. So it was fairly packed because
that's nice.
Music. Boom, we're gonna be there. And it was kind of fun because I'm friends with a guy in a motorcycle club and all of his motorcycles club members showed up, so that was really cool. So at one point we're like setting up because we were playing it at outside part of the bar, and all of a sudden 15 motorcycles just rolled up and parked in front of me. I was like, don't be scared.
Nice when those guys just roll right in there. It's like, what's
That is cool.
I'm in the band.
Yeah, Eric.
And I gotta say, the motorcycle, and a big shout out to motorcycle. I don't know what the club.
Clubs, yes.
Clubs.
Sure.
There's a lot of them that are just a motorcycle club just to go and support music these days. There's a few of them. And so, I got to give those guys a shout out because they will go around and go to other people's shows. So that is badass. So thank you guys for that.
Really, really
cool. Bikers. They're cool.
Yeah, they're just always the nicest people. You know what I mean? Every time a biker comes into my bar that I work at, depending on what I work at the time, I'm always just like, yes, because they're always the nicest. Right,
they're always sweet. They're always
they always tip really well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They do.
I worked as a body piercer in college, and the bikers were always so nice. When they would come in, they were very polite, and some would shed a tear. They're very sweet guys. They're softies. So.
They really are.
People. They just look like motorcycles.
Yes, exactly.
They like motorcycles and brotherhood. Who doesn't?
Yeah, it is.
Indeed.
So it looks like it's time for some music news. I'm going to take about 5 minutes for my segment. Skylar, go ahead and think of some more stories you want to share with us about your life in a band and some of your other concerts and experiences with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All righty. So today's music news, March 11th, 2020. Drummer Girls United is a Facebook group that started about 3 years ago. Congratulations to Tammy Mitchell Woods for reaching over 3,000 members this week.
Yeah.
Tammy founded Drummer Girls United for female drummers to have a place to offer support, advice, and just have fun. I love this group, and I am proud to be a member.
Me too.
I see my friends. Yes. So I see my friends, Grace Hansmeyer, Allie Hanna, Kate Roxwell, and of course, Crash on the feed regularly on the page. If you are anyone you know is a female drummer, encourage them to join the group. Again, that's Drummer Girls United on Facebook.
And it's worldwide too.
It is, yeah. And I've become friends with some really cool girls out there. So thanks for inviting us on the group. All right, shout out. Yes. I have a shout out to Stacy Rock Mama. She contacted us recently and connected us with a very special guest that we are going to have in the near future. We have him scheduled for June. Stay tuned for details. And I am super excited to announce this guest very soon for you all.
You guys are gonna
So, as you all know, so it's a little redundant, but COVID-19 continues to sweep the Seattle area. In fact, Seattle public schools are closing for a minimum of 2 weeks starting now. This is not only affecting education, but also our music industry, from the underground to the mainstream concerts and tours, from being postponed and even canceled altogether. So I just wanted to tell everybody to stay safe out there, stay healthy and up to date on the facts. And most importantly, please wash your hands.
just wash your hands, people.
Wash your hands.
And quit taking all the toilet paper.
Right.
Having a clean bum is not going to save you from a respiratory infection. All that toilet paper is not going to save your lungs, okay? I mean, share the love.
I had a theory about the toilet paper. I need to look this up too, because I don't know if this theory is even correct, because I'm not sure where our toilet paper is made. Is it made in China? If so,
no. So apparently, our friend Spider in the Hall yesterday posted, and he just made the scene, but he just thought in the midst of everything, it was funny because they were saying that they had found the COVID-19 virus in toilet paper, which is a big fat lie. But it's just funny because they're reporting all the toilet paper. So that's why he thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. And he even stated, but Facebook today, on his feed, he got reprimanded for it. They made him take his post down, and they said you can't post things that are not factual. And he was just, I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? Like, people do it all the time.
People do it all the time.
But
oh my gosh, you're gonna take us down.
I will say this about COVID-19. This is how I remember how it's COVID-19, cause it come on, Eileen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
so now every time you think of COVID-19, you're going to be like, COVID-19, it sounds like Eileen.
Okay, so I Googled it, and there are several paper mills along the Columbia River in Oregon and Washington. They make tissue paper, which includes toilet paper, but the biggest supplier of toilet paper is China. So I'm wondering if people are stocking up on toilet paper for two reasons. One reason being that they're quarantining themselves just to be safe. So there are the older population, they don't need to go anywhere. They're just stocking up on toilet paper so they don't have to leave their house. They can order food out or have relatives bring them food. Or maybe they have enough food to survive on for however long.
Somebody has to go pick that food up or bring it to you. How do you know they don't have COVID-19?
My second theory is toilet paper is mostly produced and shipped from China. If we stop shipment from China, then we are going to be very low on all sorts of materials, and toilet paper is an essential thing.
Well, I'm glad I live in that forest, and there are plenty of leaves outside to wipe my butt. And here's the thing, I'm good on soap too, so I can go use a leaf, come inside, take a damn shower, and I'm good to go.
Up, baby.
I'm good to go. You know, it would be even better if I had a bidet. If I had a bidet,
you are lucky. Very lucky to have the.
Now I want one of those Japanese toilets.
You can get an attachment on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, pretty sure.
That's going to be in my search.
Really? But do you have to like insert a warm spigot on your toilet? So because I'm pretty sure they hold only so far.
It would be cold.
There's hot water on your toilet seats?
Yeah, that would be.
Or you hook it up to a instant hot water thing that goes under the cabinet.
Really?
Good to know. Good to know.
Really? Well, fun fact.
Anthony is full of like important information about bidets. More than that now.
Thank you, Anthony. We love it. So to end music news, I wanted to send prayers to a dear friend of ours and their family as they are in the hospital currently. We are sending our love and support your way, and we are awaiting your update. You are in our hearts, and I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. You're in our thoughts, our prayers, and our hearts. So
yes, most definitely. This person was, I don't want to say too much, but they were, I feel like this is important because it goes with the topic that we were talking about right now.
It does.
This person was tested for COVID-19, but if anybody knows anything about the test, it takes 24 to 72 hours to come back sometimes. Ooh. So, and they did test this person. So, and here's the thing. If you just have cold symptoms, it's not COVID, okay? It's just not. There are certain criterias, but so just calm down until you reach like like educate yourselves, please, because you're overloading doctors and healthcare facilities that don't need it. You know,
Right.
We need to save these resources, because it's going to come down to, am I going to save this person or that person? And that hasn't happened since World War II, but we just keep bombarding our, healthcare givers. We need to come down.
I think with everything going on, I did watch the presidential speech today about the whole situation. I think they are really going to be very proactive. They are shutting down travel from China and from Europe, because Europe didn't believe that was happening. And then so unfortunately, when we shut down from China, that helped a lot, but people still came over from Europe. They were infected, and that's why there has been more than there should be over here. They're shutting it down from Europe. They're really being very proactive. And I honestly think by the end of the month, this should be honestly cleared up. They're going to do a 30-day ban. And then by the end of it, it should be hopefully, really,
Right. And Maxine, I told you just like 2 days ago that this was going to happen.
Yep, you did.
I predicted it. And then literally the next day, Italy shut down. And I was like, damn, I was just telling Maxine yesterday how like countries are just going to stop like coming in or going out. And that's exactly what Italy did. And you know what? It's kind of smart. Like a friend of mine did some research, and they said that by having border patrols or border, things in effect, that we are the countries that do have it. Italy does not. You can come and go as you please. But with those that do, the chances of people getting infected with the coronavirus are extremely lower. Like we're talking like 4 people in an entire nation.
Totally. Exactly.
So like maybe we might have to like do this just for the protection of like not just the United States, but everyone on the planet.
Totally. And I definitely support it. I do. Because it's not
forever.
It's not like racial or discriminatory. It's being just smart. It's about just being like, hey, it's not a forever thing. It's just 30 days until things clear up. And what I did like about the presidential address today, what he said was, if you're under 70, you have a very slim chance of getting it. So not panic.
Thank you.
And that's
so
he focused on that a lot.
Did you guys hear about that cruise ship off of the coast of Japan, who somebody was infected with coronavirus?
Yes, I heard a little bit about this today. Yes,
there were 4,000 people on that cruise ship. Japan refused to let them dock, which I wouldn't either. If that's 200 of those 4,000 people got the coronavirus.
Wow.
Now, out of those 200 people, only 2 people died, which that's 1%. And that was a 7-year-old woman and an 80-year-old man.
Yeah.
So
it is going after our older population.
It's sad. It's super sad.
It is super sad, but I think people are panicking for the wrong reasons, really.
Right. It's true. Yeah. That's why it's important to stay with the facts. Check your Washington State Department of Health website regularly. And for those of you who are
holding the toilet paper and the Purell, if we don't have toilet paper and Purell, how do you expect to stop the coronavirus? And the Purell doesn't even work anyways. So
that's what I'm saying. It's antibacterial, not antiviral. People are like, I'm like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Like it doesn't work. You know what works? Hot water and soap and friction. That works.
Also, shout out to all the other singers out there. If you are going out and playing at a show, bring your own mic. Just bring your own mic.
Just do it.
Drink hot fluids. The virus cannot handle heat. Drink hot fluids, hot tea, hot water, coffee, whatever. Try to stay away from cold drinks.
Do your gig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or at least your own mic condom, because it's still a pretty. That's what I call them. I call them mic condoms. I don't.
It's a barrier, I guess. Yes.
The phone. I call them mic condoms. You can bring your own.
Who's that little babe?
That was Miss Mats. She's my
yeah.
Matt. Sometimes
my
she
kids
makes an appearance on the show.
Kitten Face was in here, and then Adder was in here, but
I just took my little kid to the vet today. He's not happy with me, so he's hiding.
Oh, he's hiding. She's back. She's back.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Bat.
Oh, our friend Joseph. Well, not just our friend Joseph Kelly, but my bandmate Joseph Kelly says whiskey, hot water, and lemon.
That's a hot toddy, my friend. But yes, and that honey. It's that honey.
They are good. And our bartender friend Skylar would know. Yes.
Of course.
It actually is a really delicious drink. Just those 4 ingredients can get you pretty good and happy. So
yes,
my granny used to make her own cough syrup, and when it was like whiskey, a little bit of water, and lemon, and honey, and peppermint.
Yeah. Ooh.
But I couldn't drink it because I'm definitely allergic to peppermint.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's right.
She would make me my own with spearmint, which was awesome because not only did it help my throat, but it also helped my tummy.
So, Crash, is Christmas a really scary time for you then if you're allergic to peppermint?
Oh, God, yes. Everything. Oh, man. Christmas, they have creamers, coffee creamers.
Oh,
and when I go to like my boyfriend's parents' house or relative's house, and like, I have wine when I'm eating dinner, but after dinner, I like to have a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can offer you some death creamer. I'm like, I'm really trying to come back. And here's the thing, though, like in the coffee creamers, there isn't any peppermint oil in it, so I'm really not allergic. I just don't like the flavor because it tastes like death to me. Like anytime I feel that, I'm like, oh my God, like I have panic attacks. Like
that association
gonna start. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So wintertime, horrible time. Mm-hmm. And it really sucks because a lot of skin products too have oil in them.
Yep.
And it really makes my skin puff out.
When Crash comes to stay with me, I make sure that the peppermint oils and candles are put away because I don't want him to flare her up.
And I totally appreciate that.
But that's mostly something I have out during the holidays too, and you come see me during the summer. So, I usually have more floral things out during that time. But still, I want to make sure that stuff is put away and it's safe for you.
And I am grateful that during Christmas time, they do have like different flavored candy canes, like cherry and my personal favorite, which is Sour Patch Kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are really good. And so I don't have to worry about because some of the cherry candy canes look just like the peppermint candy canes.
They do. Yes.
And they even have a spearmint candy cane that looks like a peppermint one. So I'm always like really leery, and I almost died one time we were decorating I was with my brother and his family, and we were at this like place in Kalama where you see the boat down the river with their lights on, and you get to see Santa and make these little ornaments and decorate them. Well, when you see Santa, of course they're handing out little peppermint things. I'm there trying to make an ornament with my nieces, and all of a sudden I can't breathe, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't breathe, and I had to walk away. And my brother's like, what's going on? I was like, you see like those 45 kids in that little tiny area just breathing out like all the candy cane? Like I'm breathing that candy cane in, and it's collapsing my lungs in here. So
Goodness, I wasn't out of that. That's gnarly.
I got to be really careful. It's so stupid. Like, who the hell is allergic to peppermint of all things? Like,
it's an odd thing, but people develop a lot of weird allergies over life.
And I blame Montesano.
You
do. I really do. And jacked up hormone cows,
Oh, that's my issue. I have my sensitivities to dairy. So I have to avoid dairy products. Yay.
Well, it's all the crap that they put in the stuff that we eat that's literally changing our DNA.
It is.
It's literally changing it. And it's really making us very, like, now we have celiac disease and all sorts of weird ass stuff. So we're getting off topic.
It's all right.
But they're important topics regardless.
They are important topics.
Well, we're just hanging out.
Can I mention something before, because my bandmate Scott, thank you, my love. My bandmate Scott wants me to bring this up, and it is something that
please do.
Really does need to bring, especially for those of us who practice at home, don't have practice spots. So Sunday we could not have band practice as scheduled because, his son is also a drummer. And he was at home playing drums in the basement. Well, the basement does have a sliding glass door that goes out to like a creek kind of thing. And you know how water carries sound. It's just the way it works. Well, somebody in the neighborhood called the police officers. And the police were kind of going door to door almost like, do you know who's playing drums? And it's kind of cool because a lot of people on his cul-de-sac, they went to one, like, do you know where these drums are coming from? He's like, hell, dude, it could have been my drum. I'm a drummer too. Find out there is a new neighbor who apparently isn't a fan of music, which is weird. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone on the planet listens to some form of music.
Right.
When was it between 10 a.m.?
Almost every music has drums in it. Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
He was drumming in the afternoon.
Yes.
So they can fuck off then.
Agreed. Like it's not fair.
I would agree with that. Well, the police officer, and he has a police officer that actually lives in his area too. So it was really confusing as to. And the cop thought it was dumb, but at the same time, he has to do his job. So he gave my bandmate a warning, but now we have to spend so much time, effort, and money to soundproof a basement.
No.
Right.
I don't want to be rude, but absolutely not. Basically, you have every right to do whatever you want to do in a private residence, even if it's loud music between certain times. If they want to come and talk to you about it, they're welcome to. But they have no jurisdiction to tell you guys to soundproof it, to ticket you, or any of that. If you guys are playing after 10 p.m., yeah, that's a little rude. It's a little inconsiderate of your neighbors. But if you're doing it in the afternoon, they can't tell you shit.
And that happened here at our house because we jam here at our house sometimes. Well, my boyfriend's old band was jamming here later at night between 7 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
They'd always shut it down. What time? They'd shut it down at 10, which is like, after hours time. Mm-hmm. Well, the guys who were in the band at the time, they just are loud talkers in general. And so going outside and smoking, they're just loud talking and it's later at night. And one of the neighbors didn't really care for that. So called the cops and my boyfriend got a warning. And so they couldn't play here anymore. But my band Fatal Butterfly jammed here, but we would do it at like 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Never had a problem. Not one time. Not one time did the cops ever show up. So
yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you have to think about your neighbors. Because currently I'm in a house. We practice on Tuesdays from noon to 2. We've never had any complaints, never had the cops call us, and we're in the middle of Seattle where and we're in a neighborhood. There's a lot of like families around. I think it's definitely timing for sure. It's huge. And also respecting people's time as well. So if you're practicing until 9, you're probably going to get, because a lot of people go to bed at 9. My sister, she's only 52. She goes to bed at 8:30. Mm-hmm. Why? It's so early. But she does. So definitely if somebody was practicing next to her, she would be like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep, you
Right.
know. So definitely like thinking of like just they could scooch it up. I'm sure that they would never have a problem again.
We've never had a problem. We usually practice in the evening between, I want to say 5:30 and 8 p.m. So like it's never past 8 p.m. in a residential neighborhood, and I've never been called out. But when we moved here, we went and introduced ourselves to the neighbors, gave them our phone numbers, and said, we're a band. If we are interrupting anything that's going on for you, because sometimes we also practice on a Saturday or Sunday in the afternoon, and they can have family over for gatherings. So we're like, if we're ever bothering you, just call us.
Yeah, that's
We've
good.
never had anybody call us.
See people like listening to live music and just being like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Everybody likes live music because it's
Right.
interesting. Like people are always kind of curious, especially those who aren't musicians. I feel like they're curious. Well, I want to see, how
Yeah,
these people
I get
do.
excited when I
You know
hear
what I
live music. Yeah, when
I
I hear
always
it in
get
my
excited.
neighborhood and I hear another drummer or a guitar player or a full band, I want to go closer and listen. It draws me in.
Totally.
Yeah.
But there are some people out there.
Yeah, there are.
There's always those people that are like, I don't understand your new wave music. And you're like, it's rock. I don't know what you want from me.
Since you mentioned that new wave music, what genre do you consider Always Naked?
Just rock, honestly. I mean, we definitely have, it's definitely very obvious influences on our sound. I mean, our guitar player, Shane, was classically trained in Austria in high school. So he plays very differently. He's also really heavily influenced by blues. So that comes across.
I got a little bit of a blues feel and a tiny bit of funk, just a little hint of funk.
Yes, me too. Yes.
My bass player is really, really really loves. Now I'm just totally. He loves really bass heavy music. So
Primus and Chili Peppers.
Primus, yes, his favorite band, one of his top 5 favorite bands is Primus. So you get a lot of that, especially in his solos. You can definitely hear he plays a lot. You know what I mean?
Big bass and very, very thick bass sound. Yes.
Yes. I mean, he plays a 5-string because he wants to be able to do all of it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and gosh, I just can't wait for you guys to hear the new album because I mean, he stands out so much on this new album.
Exciting.
I'm very excited to hear
fantastic.
his new album. Yeah.
And then Rahul, like our drummer, he was trained in jazz. And then he also does a lot of worship music on the weekends with his church band. So I feel like we get such a wide variety mixed in together. So it's, I mean, I just say rock with like heavy bass lines and like a touch of blues when people ask.
It. Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to ask you about your drummer too. Does he get a lot of flack because he's a church drummer and he's in a band called Always Naked? Is there a little bit of I don't know.
He hasn't mentioned anything. He did recently go to India to visit his family for a wedding, and he got a lot of flack for having long hair and piercings. And he's like, I'm in a band, and they're like, about it, because it was just very traditional family that he came out with. But mostly, I haven't heard anything terrible. He's also in another band called Kuroshi. It's a really cool 3-piece band. They're really punk.
Oh, I'll look that up.
Really cool punk. Yeah,
you have to look that up.
Is it with a K?
They're really cool. What?
Is it with a K?
Kuroshi with a K. Yeah. I've actually been to a couple of their shows. Like they're super heavy. It's awesome.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, definitely check them out. And I don't know if they have stuff on Spotify. I know they have been working on new stuff. And I recently just saw them at a house show at the Mirage Garage down here in Capitol Hill. Not Capitol Hill. That's wrong. University District. And they really just rocked the house. Like it's really cool what they're doing.
That is really cool. Does Kuroshi have like a little dash over the O?
I think so.
Okay.
How are you spelling it?
Okay. I think this is them.
Potentially. I wouldn't know.
How
sorry.
Are you spelling it?
Like
maybe? That doesn't look like anything.
okay, that doesn't look like it. this could be it too, perhaps. I'm getting a couple different ones.
That looks more like them.
Okay.
Sure. But I mean, I don't. No guarantees. I just.
So
I've
AROSHI is what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, maybe you can message us that so that we can follow them too. I want to follow everybody that is mentioned on the show because we want to promote and support everybody. So
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They're really cool 3-piece band. I don't know when their next show is, but they do a lot of like really cool house shows. So
awesome. Thanks.
they're actually it's
Yeah.
awesome. I think their bass player like just turned 21 too, or isn't 21. I don't remember.
Oh, so they have to have the waiver sign and stand outside until they
sounds like
play and then go back.
the karoshi that if you look on it, it says January 10th, 2011, announcement. We are calling it quits. Good run, good times, nothing personal. It's just time for new things. And then February 13th, 2011, it's a great last show. It's been awesome. Friday was a blast. So I'm doubting it's
probably not.
I think there were 10 when that was posted. But anyways, yeah, it was so it's really fun, like having a drummer in multiple bands. Like he knows a lot of people. He also does the lighting and sound at the Aurora Borealis, which is
okay,
yeah, nice.
She does everything. He also teaches drums at School of Rock in Issaquah, and so he teaches drums up at the Guitar Center in Linwood. Yeah, he does a lot of projects. Like he is always doing something. It's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, your bandmates sound really cool, Skylar.
Yeah, I got really lucky. I did.
Yeah, you did.
For like the first time to like meeting someone. I mean, it was just so like we immediately clicked. They showed me some songs. I wrote lyrics for those songs, and we just kind of been going from there. We used to practice twice a week. We're down to one because I just feel like we're doing a lot better. You know, playing live shows also helps a lot, like figuring out how you want to present yourself. It's hard to do that in a studio. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's all about practicing live, really, I think, personally. Like the Ramones, like they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. They just played until they took like live shows until they figured it out.
Yeah, so. I get that. In fact, that's how we start out our recording process. We record live. Mm-hmm. Black Sabbath did the same thing. They recorded everything live, and then they did tracks over everything because it sounds the most true to what you would sound in person.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's kind of how we did it in the studio. We were at Monkey Trench last weekend finishing up our album. Monkey Trench is in Bremerton. It's owned and run by the guys from MXPX, which is really cool. Yeah, so it was a really cool experience. That was the second time we went in. And yeah, basically how we did it is to start, they had us all hooked up and then we just ran the entire song live. Like not like maybe most of our songs weren't to click tracks, you know what I mean? Like we just like ran them completely live, and then just like worked on them after that. So
I get it. That's how we do it. Yep.
Most bands create their own click rhythm.
Totally. Yeah. It was a really cool experience.
That sounds really cool.
We do have our, this is hella out there, but our album release is also coinciding with a beer release that we're doing.
Oh, good.
Linked up with Hellbent for a second summer. We're doing an Always Naked Pale Ale with them. Both of those simultaneously July 17th at Kraken, Kids on Fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. And actually,
So we got a lot of really big stuff coming up. So definitely keep an eye on that. If you want to, you should probably follow Hellbent on all the platforms because they're going to be announcing all of the releases, and they're going to be coming up with a cool design. We're going to be working with them to do a dual shirt, which is going to be amazing.
Ooh, that would be cool too.
Always Naked shirt as well that we're going to be handing out at the show. So it's going to be really cool. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming up. Tomorrow we are going to be playing at
Oh,
Tony.
I was going to go over that actually.
Yay! Yeah, go ahead. Tell us where you're at, Skylar.
Yeah.
We're playing tomorrow at Tony V's Garage with College Radio. It's going to be from 8 to 11. It's an early show because it's all ages. I really want and encourage younger people to come out and hang out and, just get out of the house, get off video games. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just experience people, experience new music, experience being social, meeting people with the same interests, that kind of thing. So it's only $5, which is really affordable for
nice. Yeah.
That's great for Tony B's.
So yeah, Tony V's is awesome. I haven't played there yet, so tomorrow's going to be our first.
It's awesome.
There.
The stairs kind of suck, but the staging area is nice. So
yeah, we stopped in, we dropped off posters, and we went and postered everything, and it was a really cool stage. So I'm really excited to play there with College Radio tomorrow night.
Oh, and Tony Verde is just the nicest guy. Another shout out to another venue and another venue owner, Tony Verde from Tony V's. And there are other owners that go like Troy Rimstead from John Mary Sportside. I can't remember the new band he's in. Sorry, Troy. But yeah, and they just remodeled, so you definitely want to go and check it out. And with that, let's go into your neck of the woods.
Sounds good.
So, Club Sir on tomorrow night. Custom and Guest will be playing. The Mercury, we have Particle Expert, 2 Libra, Fracture playing. At Daryl's, Late Night Shiner, Brain Cell Genocide, and the Heaps are playing on the 13th, Friday the 13th. And on the 14th at Angry Bulls, our friends from Joker's Wild will be playing, and they also have some other shows coming up, which I will go over for the dates. The 27th at Hurricanes Jane, we have Tony Drake Trio. The 21st, this is at Dante's in Portland, I believe. We have the Whack-In Battle, and our friends from Somewhere Between will be playing with Apophis Theory, D&D 7, Paradigm Shift, and guests. El Corzone, the 16th, we have Meth X, Carnifex, 3T, The Browning, Murder Weapons, and Scold. I'm excited because Murder Weapons is awesome. 324, Lola's Room. We have Emissary, Bad Omens, O Sleeper, 1,000 Below, and Bloodline playing. Then at the Rotten Apple Music on the 28th, we have Drink Fight Thugs, They Live, Down Not Out, and guests playing. 14th at the Charleston, we have Crisis Actors Guild, Kids on Fire, Potbelly, Worth Nothing, Afraid of the Dark, Dad Bod, and Septic playing. The 14th at Airbus, we have Crimson Guardian, Wrecker, Cherry Bomb 13, The Melting, and Chemical Rage. So you can find Rusty Jackson at the Jackson Street Bar Friday the 13th and the 14th at the Lake City Center. The Poorhouse, which is spelled P-O-U-R. I think you're going to pour some beer. Locomotive Gun will be playing, and then they will be playing at the Drunk Horse Pub on the 20th. Slims. Now this one I'm really super pumped about. On the 14th, we have our friends from Debbie Blackout, Baby and the Nobodies, and Primary Pulse playing. But here's the thing. Roger Capps, who was the original bass player for Pat Benatar, will be joining our friends, the Primary Pulse, on stage. So, and we might be hearing a little bit more of Roger Capps. Just saying. So the 21st at the Courtyard Lounge, we have Deadwood Alley. The 14th at the Timeout Tavern, we have Forever Faded, JWL, and the Project Revolution. Tony V's 12th. We all have Always Naked and College Radio, as mentioned before. Told you guys we always do this. The 21st at the Lakeside Tavern, we have the Hunters playing. And we on the 13th at Tap Rooms in Batley, we have Nathan Seaton, who is doing a solo thing there. And then you can catch him at the Old Town Hall in Wombwell in his cover band called The Fugitives. On the 12th at the Diamond Pub Concert Hall, we have August Burns Red. And the 14th at the Heavy Metal Brewing Company, we have our friend Glenn Cannon and The Damage Done with our friends of Custom and Beautiful Skeletons. Beautiful Skeletons, I believe, is a can band. At Brandy's Basement, there are 6 bands playing for Brandy's St. Patty's Day Extravaganza on the 21st. On the 28th at Airbus, there will be some shenanigans going on and some debauchery of End of Conflict Do America because they need more TP for their bunghole. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are awesome. So on the 20th at the Makeshift and on the 27th at Stone's Throw Brewery, you can see Dr. Sweets playing. On the 23rd at the Craft House, you can check out Lynch Mob. A couple of our friends are opening up for Lynch Mob. Black Zia on Friday the 13th. We got Dirty, Dark Smith, and Atrocity Girl killing it. The 13th, Friday 13th, Tony V's, we have The Face of Loki, Salem Knights, our friends of Hands of Deliverance, and the Sunshine Wall jamming in it. The 20th, we have New Parkway at the New Parkway Tavern. Our friends from Black Shepherd will be killing the stage. And last but not least, on the 21st at the Mirkwood. Actually, no, this is the second to last because Maxine, you're going to talk about yours.
Okay.
The Mirkwood, we have the Pride Fail CD release with my very good friends of Harry Cooter and the Damn Nasties, Dojos, and again, good close friends of mine, Cherry Dragon, which is their first performance playing at, like I said, the Mirkwood. That's what's going on in my neck of the woods. Maxine, what show do you have coming up soon?
All right. So I wanted to promote our festival, the Hybrid Festival. That's going to be at Tony V's. So big shout out to Tony V's. I know we were giving them a shout out earlier, and it's going to be my first time at Tony V's. I'm looking forward to it. So the local spot is putting on the Hybrid Festival, and I have tickets, everyone. So if you would like a ticket, PM Maxine Maxwell or Musicians Hangout, and let us know if you would like your tickets reserved, and we will let you know where you can send your money, and you can let us know where to send your ticket. So they are $12 a piece, and they are getting reserved quickly. So please let me know if you would like one. Thank you.
Support your local musicians.
Yes, buy tickets from the bands, and then buy our merch at the shows.
Yes, totally. And that is what is going on in your neck of the woods.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so back to our guest, Skylar.
Yes.
All right, I got some more questions.
Always naked.
Always naked. So I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite way of listening to music? So if I have any way that I can choose, I choose vinyl. I really like to spin my records. What's your favorite way of listening to music?
For me, it's about convenience.
Convenience? Do you do Spotify?
Of streaming.
Streaming.
Sometimes iHeartRadio, Pandora, like I use all sorts of things. I kind of am streaming away from Pandora because, like, if I want to listen to The Cure, I want to listen to The Cure, not the Smiths. And they play a lot of other stuff. And I'm just like, no, but I want the Cure channel, not the Smiths channel. So, yeah. but I like to stream music.
Streaming is amazing, and I found a lot of really cool bands on streaming. But my favorite way to listen to music is on a CD. But I was raised in the 90s, and so I was taught to basically listen to an album from track 1 to track whatever, and then sometimes you find hidden tracks, and that's where the good shit is.
Yes, that's true. It is very true, and that can happen on vinyl as well. And the artwork with vinyl and with CDs. I mean, you don't get that with streaming.
No, I do. Every CD that I do get in my possession, I do upload to my Mac onto iTunes. Yeah. And the iTunes, if it can find it, it will always put the artwork up, which is nice.
That is nice, yeah.
But I have a lot of local music on there too. And so a
lot of them are going streaming. I mean, we're still deciding on that. So.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what are some of your first CDs you ever got?
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, so growing up, I basically stole all my CDs from my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
I did.
Awesome.
One of my favorite CDs that I stole from my mom was the Bangles.
Oh, yes. I love the Bangles. Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of that, obviously Alanis Morissette. I stole her CD, a Stained CD, MXPX. I mean, a lot of stuff like that. So a really weird wide variety. Yeah, I mean, I think the very first CD that I actually bought was actually Shinedown.
Oh, wow. What a good band. I love Shinedown.
Yeah, great. I think that was the first one that I personally bought that I didn't take from my parents.
Yes, that was yours. I get you.
It was awesome.
I love reminiscing that. It makes me think of the first CDs I got too. So I was given Metallica. I'm a huge Metallica fan, and I was listening to cassettes because I'm, a kid of the 80s. So I was listening to the cassettes. I had some Metallica. When I switched over to CD when I was a little older, a friend of my uncle's gave me Metallica Reload. And I didn't even have the case. I just had the CD, but that was my first CD. And then I was gifted Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, and which is a great album, and I love Alanis. And then the very first CD I ever bought with my own money was Rob Zombie's Dragula.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And it was how I discovered Rob Zombie and how I discovered White Zombie then that he originated from because of the artwork on the cover of the album. I was looking for a new band for myself. I was really into metal, really into rock, and I wanted something new to try. I was from North Dakota, so I was limited. I didn't have MTV. We didn't have cable, so I just was drawn to his artwork, and I fell in love with that industrial metal, that Rob Zombie is.
And with White Zombie, said, I want to give a shout out to my friend Ivan DePrume, who was the original drummer of White Zombie and is on the album La Sexorcisto Devil Music Volume 1.
Oh, that's cool.
Hi, Ivan.
Oh, nice.
He was playing guitar and stuff, and he's just an amazing, super nice guy. Super awesome.
Cool. I didn't know you were in a degree of Rob Zombie. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love that. Well, thanks for reminiscing with us, Skylar. So I was also going to ask you, where can we find your band's music?
On all of the things.
All of it.
All of it. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Music and Bandcamp, and we're putting stuff up on YouTube right now. Basically you can Google us, and we're on all the different platforms. We're on Instagram. We have little snippets there. Facebook obviously is really big. So there's that.
You guys have a Reverb Nation?
Yeah, that I did. So what happened is when we decided to do our EP, I I don't really understand technology super well, so I just asked my my guitar player Shane. He's kind of more on the up and up. He just went through and he just paid for a distributor that put us on all the different platforms.
Oh,
which is really cool.
That is.
Yeah, we made like $17 in royalties. Whoa!
Oh, that's not bad. Good.
It
my
cost us
friends in Two Headed Crow are going to be releasing a new album out soon, I hope.
Really?
And I might get like $1 in royalties in like 10 years for doing some backup vocals on your song.
Yeah, that's cool.
Depending upon how many people listen to that particular song. Yeah, so maybe in 10 years I might get $1.
I got you. Skylar is
We gotta
always
split
making
it too.
fun.
But we gotta split like, the dime that you get per play.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Hello.
yay,
Yeah,
back.
we get
Hello,
split,
I'm back.
we get to split like the dollar between like 15 people that were in the room. So
Oh,
you know,
one of my-
maybe in 10 years I might get like my own dollar of my very own and that I don't have to split with like 15 people.
Honestly,
But at the same
it's
time, like,
you know what I have found works the best when it comes to revenue from the band is just actually saving it all and just putting it towards future projects.
That's what we do. We have an account called the Maxwells. Yeah.
Yes, we have an account. We actually paid for all of our studio time with all the money and revenue we made from shows, from merch, from donations, from this, that, and the other thing.
Makes sense.
We paid for 6 or 7 days in the studio, which is it's expensive.
that's amazing.
That
You
is-
usually
that
get
is a
like
lot.
2. You get like 1
Yeah.
to record everything, and then the next day to just mix it all down. So like 2
Dude,
days,
right?
like a long time. So 6 whole days. Oh my god!
Wow, that's
Really, I mean, it was actually really cool. The guy that has helped us produce the album, he came in and actually came to our practices. So when we went in, we were really prepared. He came through and he listened to all of our music. He recorded it. He played it back to us, told us spots that we needed to work on, that kind of thing. His name's Rick Vaughn, so shout out to him and to Keith, who did our auto engineer this weekend and the weekend before. They did a lot of work before we even went into the studio.
That's awesome.
But we just wanted to make sure that, you know, since it is our first album and the music comes from such a place of like raw emotion and just, I think, pure talent from the guys, that I think we just wanted to make sure that we gave the best sound we could, gave it our best shot. But speaking of how expensive it is, we are fundraiser. I did mention it earlier. We're having a fundraiser at the end of the month, March 31st, on a Tuesday, all-day fundraiser. We're going to have a keg, wine, shots, $5. Donate what you can. It's going to be in-house yard sales, so we're trying to sell as much stuff as we can. There is going to be a guitar for sale as well. It looks like, it reminds me, it's like a V-shaped guitar, but it's made out of like clear red plastic. It reminds me of leggings. I'm not really sure. But Shane is going to be selling that as well, just trying to make up money to finish the mixing and the masterings of the album.
Post that on Musicians Hangout on Facebook, and we will like promote because that's what we do. We promote our people.
Add it
It's
to our
casual, you know. Just come hang out, drink, and you know, donate $5 if you can. If you can't, hang out anyways. You know, whatever. So it's gonna be dope. And
if you want to drink and throw like that $5 out or whatever,
right, dude. You know, 50 cents, I'll take it. What else?
I totally get it. Oh yeah,
he's pretty close too. I might be able to make it to Seattle in my new van. Well, new to me, but
do it. Plenty of parking, which is a crazy thing for Seattle since we're in a neighborhood. All the parking space.
You have plenty of parking? Oh.
Free parking. Come on out.
Wow, that's awesome.
With no like a permit, like you must be in like sector 7 to park here.
No. Neighborhood. Parking.
Look at you, Pikachu. You're in a good part of Seattle.
That's awesome. Ooh.
That's unheard of in Seattle. It's kind of ridiculous.
It really
Yeah,
is.
it is.
It really is. Like Queen Anne, don't even think about going up on Queen Anne. Like there is no parking on Queen Anne ever.
Queen Anne, Capitol Hill, get out of here.
Yeah,
I lived on First Hill on 8th and Marion, which is close to like Madison.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I was lucky, I got a spot outside of my apartment building-ish, at least like a block away, park like 5 blocks away. And this is zoned parking only. So if you don't live in that zone and aren't paying,
preach it up.
Like,
we know all about that.
They're just like stacking us in there.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're just like, yeah, parking everywhere.
Free parking. Like what?
And close.
I can walk through the door. Absolutely.
Because I can't spend money at your party if I'm spending money on parking.
Right.
Yeah, I feel that.
Everything in the city, man, it's expensive. I was going to ask you, Skylar, are you guys on Bandcamp?
We are on a Bandcamp. Yeah, there are some songs up on that. SoundCloud.
Cool.
Everything that you can think of. I'm pretty sure we're on it.
That's
awesome.
Maybe not necessarily every single one of our songs. I know that there are some songs on SoundCloud that are not on Spotify. So that's so weird. I'm not really sure how that happened. But once the album drops, July 2020, it's going to be on everything available for sure. And we're even on CDs because I love CDs.
Yes, you do. And I love that.
I definitely want a CD form of it because I can't just like download it onto my Mac because my Mac is so old. I think it's like a 2007 MacBook. And like I have to leave it plugged in to make it work. It's so old, like it just can't charge anymore. So but my glorified iPod, I have so many albums. So I mean, so I definitely, and I can't upload it without the CD because it's too old to go onto an interweb. That's how old my Mac is. Like,
that's a good one.
Not support it anymore. And yeah, find something.
I'm driving the same car that I've driven since high school. It's a 2001 Ford Focus.
Well, that's great.
CD player all day, every day.
Yep, I have a 2014 VW.
I don't have any of that fandangled hookups or anything like that.
Honestly, I just bought a van 2 weeks ago tomorrow, and it has a CD player in it. I don't know if it works, but I found some interesting CDs in my van. It's like
you really did.
That's the Dora the Explorer.
They were killer.
Dora the Explorer.
Yes.
Songs for the really small children and Antebellum. I don't even know who that is.
You can tell it was a soccer fan.
She's a great singer, by the way. She's a great singer.
I don't know. I haven't taken him out for a ride yet. This van is still new, and I'm still just trying to work out all the weird quirks and kinks. You know, when you get a $1,000 van, you're not gonna get like one that runs completely perfect, and there's nothing you need to do. So I'm just driving it around, just like
as long as you
figure out all the weirdness of it.
It's all that really matters.
Yeah, it's getting so far. It's getting me from anything, but I haven't really ventured out because I'm too nervous. Like I'm like, it's my store cutter. Like, but
I don't blame you, and I just love that Craptastica last week had like a little like song in ode to $1,000 vans, and I thought that was so fitting because you had just gotten your used van, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's van, man.
But let me tell you, it's got room for every single one of my drums. So.
Yeah, and you need that. You do need that.
Yes. Stow and go. Figure how to use it.
And you will. You definitely will.
Yeah. She needs some work.
Skylar.
It's getting there. Yes.
We have about 15 minutes left. Did you have another story from being a musician or from any concerts that you want to share with us before, our time's up?
That's a great question. I mean, I think it's just really cool. I mean, being in this band, we've met a lot of really cool people. We played at a lot of really crazy, cool, and sometimes not cool places.
Yeah.
Some of the places I don't want to name, like the people were really cool, but like, it was a venue that basically was surrounded by garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, it was a great little venue if they encouraged people to pick up after themselves, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, we still had a great time. Like, even though like there's been some crazy situations, like same venue. I mean, finding, like, I don't want to be rude, but like, finding out that there's drug use behind like doors and stuff like that always kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that's super awkward, but I'm just I just ignore it because that's like not my path. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as a musician, you just kind of find your own way of dealing with weird situations, I guess.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be like, that's your life. You do what you want. But like, I'm just going to move along,
Right.
But I mean, finding yourself in crazy situations. Yeah, like it's just like oopsies. I guess I'll show myself out.
Right?
Right.
And they're like, oh my God,
there was this crazy. Yeah, there was this really crazy venue though. Like the crowd was really wild, and then the band that went on before us puked all over the stage.
Oh, come on.
Oh, gross.
And then the way that they picked it up is they just laid a towel over it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I was like, I guess we're doing this. Here we go. Like,
gross. Yeah,
Show must go on, I guess. Damn, that's a punk rock show right there.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts. I was like, this is happening. We're just gonna step right all over. And then we went down to we went down to Olympia once, and as my drummer was unloading his car into the venue, a bum fight broke out, and one of the bums threw another bum on top of his car.
Oh my God.
Just some weird shit, where you're like, why did that happen? No one knows.
Olympia gets a little weird sometimes. Like, that's kind of my stomping ground where I grew up a little bit. It was not far from that. Yeah, but
had nothing to do with it. Totally didn't even realize we were there, but what up?
Hey.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
I just want to quickly bring up, just because, lady rockers are like the coolest, I think. I mean, guys are cool, I guess. But if you're a lady rocker, I'm just like, fuck yeah, all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I have a show coming up March 20th at Black Sea. It's called Bitches Be Rockin'. It's going to be a lot of women-fronted bands. If I'm pronouncing it right, Sealth is going to be there, and Shower Scum. So, I mean, if you guys... anyone listening loves like primarily like girl rockers, you should come to the show. It's going to be a fucking blast. I'm really excited to be a part of it. Rochelle put it on, and she does a lot of the booking for Black Sea, and she is also a fucking awesome lady rocker. So grateful.
Black Sea was where I had my very first performance as a drummer. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, so I performed a lot of other places, but I was a bassist, and the Black Sea was where I donated, or that's where I debuted as a drummer. So our friend Kelly Ray from the band Joker's Wild, he said, "Skylar, wish you and Always Naked all the best. And here's to all of you for keeping the dream alive. Rock on and have a killer night." Thank you, Kelly. He's so nice.
Yeah,
I just love that guy.
Oh my gosh, our community is awesome. I love it. And thanks for being part of it, Skylar. Like, it's been so awesome having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Having a craft back.
Yeah, I remember coming up to you at Daryl, like, "You're so amazing. You got to be on my podcast." And I'm so glad
yeah,
that you guys did not forget. And like you guys actually like as we're back, and I was like, yeah, because we were able to get you this spot. Because like things are happening all
I like
of a
to
sudden.
talk about things and stuff.
Yeah,
I love to just support, like, not every. I love to support every band in the industry, but not just every band in the industry, but especially females in the industry, because we have to work twice as hard as guys because we always have something to prove. Like
I was
every time.
I was thinking today a little bit. I was thinking a little crazy because I was like, okay, I got up this morning, took my cat to the vet, picked up my car. I'm still here working and making new merch, and I'm scheduling all the band stuff, and I still have to go to work later. I'm like, what is life? What is life? But here we are doing it. Oh, and I'm doing laundry at the same time.
nice.
See,
Super.
yeah.
I love it.
I did laundry yesterday.
Bitches be rocking. That's how it is.
Right?
And
We're always
it's
rocking
like,
and rolling.
families, we take care of households. We got to do all the band stuff and
Oh my gosh,
podcast
yeah.
stuff. And, like,
Dude, it's always crazy. Always
and then,
crazy time.
when we get to band practice, it's like, well, can you do this beat? Yes.
You're like,
Can
no
you
shit.
like, watch this as I'm putting my sticks. Like, I don't know.
You just
Girls, we catch a lot of crap because we have vaginas.
Right.
And I think that's crap.
It is crap. So
They get in the way, but that's okay.
we're definitely
They
crushing
do,
those.
but,
so.
It always
I
makes
wouldn't
me
want to.
a rock star when we're at shows and our fans come up and they're just like, oh my God, you're so awesome. So it kind of makes me feel a little more rock star.
Well, and speaking about being awesome, I wanted to ask you, Skylar, what's some advice that you have for any musicians out there, or the kids that are starting out with music?
Honestly, my advice is to kind of get mad. Like if someone tells you not to do something, get mad about it and get motivated, because there is a lot of times where I was told, and I know this is so cliche, like, why are you doing that? Get a real job. Where do you think you're going to do with that? Blah, 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 blah. And you know what? I'd rather be happy and bartending and playing in a band than being stuck doing an office job that I'm unhappy with. So yeah, like honestly, get mad, get motivated, get out there and just fucking do it. And also spend time. But it's fucking hard work.
It is hard work. Definitely.
And it's worth it. So just get out there, get mad, get motivated.
Yeah. Great advice, girl. Thank you. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I try.
So with our last few minutes, go ahead and plug some of the events that you have going on again, just to, highlight those so all the viewers can check you out when they can in the near future.
I can do that. I'm ready, coach. Put me in.
Go ahead.
All right. So definitely check us out on all of our social media so you can keep up with everything that we're doing, because I'm doing a lot of stuff this summer, like a hell of a lot. What's going on is tomorrow we're going to be at Tony D's with College Radio. It's going to be a hell of a show. It's all ages. Please come out. It's up north. So if you can make it, I'd love to see you. And it's time to rock. We're also going to be recording a live shoot of our entire show. So if you guys want to be on camera, be there tomorrow night. We're going to Yelm Friday the 13th to the bar. Yeah, so we're gonna be playing there. It was super last minute, but I was like, "Fuck yeah, Yelm, let's do it!"
Yeah, our friend Dogger's down in Yelm. That's awesome.
Yeah, March 20th, we are going to be at the Black Sea Cantina with Bitches Be Rocking with Sealth and Soap Scum. So definitely be there. Oh, no, sorry, Shower Scum, not Soap Scum. Same thing, but not the right. And I'm really excited about this last show. We have a show at the Hard Rock Cafe March 27th. It is going to be a really cool kind of local showcase for Sound the Groove. They're coming to Seattle. They're expanding their business. They asked us to play. There's going to be like probably 8 different bands. So if you're interested in just discovering new music, come check us out. Hard Rock Cafe, March 20th. It's the day before Supercross. Bam, bam, bam. Gotta love Supercross. Cool. Gonna be there. It's gonna be so fucking dope. And then obviously March 31st, we're going to be throwing a huge fundraiser to help raise money to finish our album and to raise money to make music videos. All of that money that we're going to be raising, it's not going to us. We're going to be paying people with it. So don't feel like weird, like I'm going to give a band free money. Think of it as helping the economy, because I'm literally going to be handing that money right to an engineer, right to a videographer. It's not even in our pockets. So if you guys want to come hang out, it's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can find us if you like us on Facebook. And add us in the event page. You can come hang out. There's going to be some great stuff for sale, and obviously booze. Booze is cool, and free coffee if you don't drink, because some of us don't, and that's cool.
Right? Yeah, some of us, are the designated drivers, and we appreciate the coffee.
Yes.
Heck yeah. Hey, who's doing your videography for the show?
Actually, so we have a couple different friends coming to help us with that, because right now we're on a very free budget. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we don't have the money to pay someone for videography. Our friend Sam is going to be helping us. Our friend Kelly is going to be coming out. It's going to be a really cool kind of like combined effort, just because they care about us and the band, and they really want us to, succeed, which is awesome. So I really appreciate everyone that helps us. In the future, we don't have an exact person that we're going to do like actual music videos with. We do have 2 really solid ideas, but we're still kind of in the works on like pricing and that kind of thing. So,
oh, cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much for highlighting all of that. And again, for being our guest on the show, Skylar. It's so great to have met you. I can't wait to meet you in person.
You're far away.
They're just amazing. Always Naked is truly awesome. And yes, I definitely can't wait to come to one of your shows very soon.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely keep it up. If you guys, check us out. If you like what you hear, definitely like us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the platforms, yada, yada. You know the gist.
Well, a huge shout out to the rest of your band. I can't wait to meet them too.
Sorry you guys couldn't make it tonight.
Oh, I know. We understand. It's like way late too when they all get off work.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool about this show on StreamYard, we can, it's already posted to Facebook, and it is also posted to YouTube, so you can go on and watch it at your convenience.
Cool.
Yes. Absolutely love StreamYard, man. It's been a great platform for us.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me on. I'm going to get out of here and head to work.
Yeah, go to work.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, she must have to go. I get you. So that was awesome.
That was awesome. And thank you all for joining us tonight with Always Naked.
And all of our viewers. And we'll see you next week.
Yes. All right. Why don't we just go ahead and just take us out?
Sure.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Happy Wednesday. See you next week.
Happy Wednesday. See you next week.